G'day guys, hope you're all doing well. Back with another figure review, straight back into it. Like I said in my 200th video, here is probably one of the highlights of this final wave of the vintage collection. Just an absolutely amazing figure. This is the Republic Trooper from the old Republic. Really nice image there on the card back. Character debut, of course. Just definitely one of the highlights. I can't speak highly enough of this figure, so without further ado, let's get into the guy himself, if I can make him hold his gun properly. Give me 2 seconds. Hopefully it'll take no longer than that. Here he is. Just an absolutely amazing trooper. Not much of a troop builder myself, but I'll tell you what, this is one I would love to have multiples of, because he's just absolutely awesome. Really happy with this figure. You sort of get a look at the size of that weapon he's holding. It's just really cool. I can't remember the name of the weapon, but it is a mammoth. Let's just say that. With that weapon, I'll give you a bit of a close-up look of that. And there on the other side, pretty much the same thing. Just the handle on top. And that is actually peggable into his back. Let me just try and do that. Not sure if it's meant to be like that, but according to everfaithfulrebelscum.com, they did have a picture of that sort of plugged into the back, so you can sort of carry it, and it actually looks quite cool, to be honest. I do like that sort of aspect they've been able to do there, so really cool. Just unpeg that and put that aside. In terms of articulation, I will run through that really quickly. He has a ball jointed head, ball hinged shoulders, ball hinged elbows, swivel wrists, a ball hinged torso, swivel hips, ball hinged knees, and ball hinged ankles as well. So super good articulation. It's just an absolutely awesome looking figure. Now, I'll just zoom up on his head and we'll have a look at his helmet in a bit more detail, and of course his head sculpt, if I can hold it still. Very reminiscent of, I'd guess I could call it the modern era of Star Wars, which is of like the prequel universe and not universe but era, prequel trilogy, original trilogy era. But considering in the past, I guess you can sort of see where the evolution of armor design comes from. All very similar, and I guess Star Wars does have a history of repeating itself throughout the stories, so sort of definitely feels Star Wars, though it doesn't feel out of universe, so that's definitely a cool thing. And I will be honest, I was a little bit iffy at first when the Old Republic trailers were released, but it's definitely grown on me. Have a good look at the helmet there. I'll just pop that off and have a look at his head sculpt. Now, I believe this trooper's name, off the top of my head, is Jace Malcom. So they've really captured his likeness. If you've seen the Old Republic trailers, you'd know who I'm talking about, and he's pretty much the main trooper in those trailers, or in at least 2 of them. So they've done a really nice job on his head sculpt there. Fortunately, I would have liked to seen that white on his neck there, sort of painted either a skin colour or a black to continue that sort of under armour neck sort of thing. But nonetheless, it does look pretty cool, and they've done a great job, so I can't complain too much at all. I'll just zoom back out again, pop his helmet back on, and you take a look at his armour. Just absolutely awesome all the way around. Really nice paintwork, really nice sculpting and details. We've just really hit the nail on the head with this figure. It's just brilliant. I really can't recommend it enough. Obviously the sort of pauldron and the strap that goes around his chest is removable if I was to pop the head off. I will leave it on for the course of the review though. One really cool aspect of this figure is his sort of pouches there on his chest are actually removable. They just peg into the front there, as you can see the hole, and also the knife in the sheath there, scabbard, that is also removable, so you can swap the two. Just give you a little example. Okay, maybe I won't. As you can see, that does sort of sit on there very nicely. I do think the knife looks a bit better on the belt though. So that's a nice little aspect of the figure, nice little added extra bit of interchangeable. And I mean, you can army build this guy a bit and have a couple of extras and have them look sort of different. So I think that's a really cool idea, just to make these troops look a little bit diverse. Speaking of the knife, it is removable. But that's quite a cool thing. I would like to get a little bit of silver paint and paint that blade just to make it look like a knife, I guess. And there's his other weapon, which is holstered in his holster. Now fitting. So it fits in there really nicely. But the rest of the figure overall is just absolutely brilliant. Like I said, the sculpting, the paintwork and detail is just... they've really gone to town with this guy. He just looks really, really good. He does have a bit of a wrist communicator there on his gauntlet of his armour there, which looks good. There's sort of a bandolier wrapped around his shin there, which looks good too. Just really like the colours they've used. The sort of, I'm not sure it's showing up on the camera, but it's sort of like a blood orange sort of colour, and then a really nice sort of gunmetal grey throughout the rest of the armour, as well of course the white and black. It's just an absolutely awesome figure. I can't recommend this highly enough. I know I've said it probably 5 times now, but yeah, just really well done. But yeah, that's probably about all I've got for this review, so this one is in the bag. And I'll leave it at that. So any comments, feedback below, always appreciated. Really enjoy getting comments and answering and speaking to you all. Just want to say a massive thanks to every single one of you really quickly. I'd love to thank you all, but there's over 500 now. I just hit my 500 subscribers the other night after I uploaded my 200th video, which had a massive response itself. But yeah, basically I just want to say massive thanks to everyone. It really does mean a lot. And I do intend on having a contest soon, but being cost-wise, coming up to Christmas, it's probably not a viable time. But as soon as the new year hits, I plan on getting straight into it, and I will be having a contest of some sort then, because it's been a while since I've done one. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that in the very near future. So yeah, anyway guys, I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you on the next video. So yeah, may the force be with you.